Kirsten's behind the counter.
Hi, and welcome back to Behind the Counter with Kirsten. I'm Kirsten Stevenson, a licensed acupuncturist and herbalist, and this is my counter. And this is the second installment of my detox series, which I'm doing for the launch of my brand new website, kirstenscounter.com. And I'm going to be posting these videos online so that you can follow along whenever the time is right for you. Now, today we're making a delicious concoction that, when taken regularly, is going to help to aid the lymphatic system. And here are all the things that you're going to need for this super yummy drink. You're going to need some fresh dandelion greens, some carrots, celery, fresh ginger, and some dried and powdered kelp. Now, I'm adding one small pear just to add some sweetness and enhance the flavor. You can easily add grapes or apple if you prefer, because all of these three foods have some wonderful lymph-aiding properties as well. Before we start juicing, I'm going to very briefly talk about the lymphatic system and its role in the body. Starting with the very interesting fact that the body holds 3 times more lymphatic fluid than blood. But we don't actually have an automatic pump constantly pumping and moving it through the body. So think about that for just a second. The blood, which most of us think of as the primary substance in the body, has an automatic pump, which is our heart, constantly pumping and moving it through the body. But the lymphs, which we said is 3 times more than the blood, has no automatic pump. So we have to manually move the lymphatic fluid through the body. Now, there's 3 ways that we can do this. And one of them is manual contraction of the muscles. So this is going to be exercising, walking, any kind of movement. 2 is autonomic contraction of the muscles. And this is going to be like peristalsis. 3 is breathing, and with breathing we are using some of the diaphragmatic muscles, but at the same time there's oxygen exchange and some other things that are taking place that are also helping to assist moving the lymph through the body. So if you've been putting off exercising or perhaps been more stationary, you might notice it takes a little more effort to get going, and this is probably because your lymph is a little sluggish and your whole body is starting to feel it. Also, as we age, the strength of our muscle contractions weaken, making it harder for the lymph to start moving through the body. So the moral of the story is that you gotta move. It doesn't matter what you do, whether it's walking, running, yoga, it doesn't matter. You have to move as much as you can every day if possible. The lymphatic system is one of the most fascinating and complex systems in the body and has many functions. But today we're just going to focus on the lymph's vital function of cleansing and recycling fluid from the blood in the body. So basically filtering out all of the junk in your body, like dead or damaged cells, bacteria, toxins, basically any foreign matter. It's the lymphatic system's job to find it, sort it out, send it to the right place so that it can be excreted. Now, if the lymphatic system's not able to do that, then this foreign matter is just going to keep circulating around and around in your body, making you feel like poop. So if this sounds at all like you, then it's the perfect time to start drinking this super yummy drink. Starting with our celery. Now, with celery, you're going to want to make sure that you get organic, because celery is one of the dirty dozens, and it's notorious for hanging on to pesticides. So if you buy commercial celery, you're probably just going to be putting more toxins back into your body, which is not what we're trying to do with this drink. Organic celery is an amazing detoxifier, and it has a cooling thermal temperature and benefits the spleen and the pancreas, as well as calming and soothing the liver. But we're using it in this recipe today mostly for its ability to dry, damp excess and reduce inflammation, such as swollen and sluggish lymph nodes. Celery also has really high levels of silica, which helps to regulate pH levels in the body. Next, we have dandelion root, which you can probably find right now growing in your backyard or even along the side of the road somewhere, but you want to buy it at your local health food store where you know it's clean, unless it's growing in your backyard and you know it's pesticide-free and yada yada yada. Anyway, in Chinese medicine, we use dandelion, also known as pugong, in many of our herbal formulas, and it's for its ability to reduce abscesses and soften nodules. And this is not just the swollen nodules like swollen lymph nodes, but also for breast and intestinal abscesses. It's also a really strong liver detoxifier, helping symptoms of liver abuse, so a great tea to consume before and after drinking alcohol, and perfect for this juice where we're addressing the lymphatic system. Moving on to carrots, which have many, many healing properties, but we're using them today for their ability to stimulate the elimination of waste and to dissolve accumulations, which is actually so strong that they're used to dissolve not just lymph nodes, but also stones and to some degree tumors. Carrots are also strongly alkalizing and one of the richest sources of vitamin A, helping to soothe acne and prevent cancer. Next, we have fresh ginger, also called xiangjiang in Chinese medicine. And we're using fresh ginger today for its ability to resolve toxicity and dissolve phlegm. Plus, I personally just love the taste of fresh ginger. Keep in mind it can be a bit strong, so just adjust it to your personal taste. You can also use ginger topically on a swollen lymph node that you've already had checked out to make sure there's no other health conditions going on. So basically what you want to do is you want to grind up some fresh ginger and dandelion root into a poultice and put it on your swollen lymph node for 20 minutes at a time, repeating it, making sure not to irritate the skin. Lastly, we're going to stir in a heaping teaspoon of kelp, which may seem unusual to some of you, but it's one of the most therapeutic foods on the planet. In fact, sea plants contain 10 to 20 times the mineral content of land plants and are a major source of iron, which benefits the thyroid, and is a huge reason why kelp is so effective in softening nodules. Kelp also contains a substance called fucoidone, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and studies have shown that when taken regularly, it can help slow and even stop the growth of cancer cells. Now, for most people, drinking this juice regularly for a week or two is going to be strong enough, but if you've been exposed to chemicals or medications, or you have chronically swollen lymph nodes that you've had checked out, or you have a thyroid issue, or perhaps just feel like your lymphatic system needs a stronger cleanse, then the herbal formula I would recommend would be Resolve AI, which you can get on my website along with this recipe and a ton of other healthy foods and healthy facts. So please check us out on kirstenscounter.com. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Cheers.